Yo, what's going on, man? This is the Steagles podcast. I am DJ Baez, and this is my co-host, Ed, and we are here for episode number 2, preseason week number 2, which a lot of things were going on, man. We're looking forward to talking to you guys about what we thought happened and what we liked, didn't like, but yeah, this is it, man. And, this is the podcast where we talk all Steelers, all Eagles, all NFL. All right, so for this first segment, we're going to be talking about an idea that Ed had that I really liked. He wants to do a Steagles Hall of Fame. So we're going to need you guys to participate with this and let us know how you feel and if you think somebody should be in there. And the criteria is basically got to be, it's got to be a Steelers fan. I mean, it's got to be a Steelers player, and it's got to be an Eagles player. So no other teams. So don't try to throw any wrenches in there. We ain't taking it.
Yeah, we can do that later. But right now we're focusing on Steelers Hall of Fame and Eagles Hall of Fame.
Yes,
so we're looking for the best players of all times. Okay, I'm ready to find out what you guys think, and I want to see how the real Steelers fans feel about who's the best player that ever played for the Steelers, who's the best player that ever played for the Eagles. I know we're going to have good discussions about that, and it's going to get heated in here. So all those Palomalu fans, Harris fans, the Buzz, everybody. So we want to see what's up. What do you think?
Yeah, man. So we're trying to figure out where. I have a wall right here. You guys can't see it, but we're trying to figure out where we're gonna put the wall at, because we're gonna put mad respect on this. So wherever it's gonna go, it's gonna get its own space, so that it's the Hall of Fame, man.
It's the Steagles Hall of Fame.
The Steagles Hall of Fame. You feel me?
Big shit right here.
It's just all love, man. All love for both teams. So that's gonna be going on within the next couple weeks. But I want to talk about our top 5 QBs going into the season. We talked about this a lot so far as off camera, but I think it's time we bring it on camera. And yeah, so you want to go first?
I know we had a discussion about this probably like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first times that we met.
Yep.
And I remember that we agreed on probably most of them.
Did anything change since?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Now, are we talking about best quarterback last year, or are we talking about who you think is going to be the best quarterbacks this season?
This season. So because last year, obviously, we can go back and look at stats and give our opinion on who we think, but this year is just a prediction. Like, we don't know who's going to do what. You saw Russell Wilson last year. We thought he was going to be doing good, and he shitted the bed with that team. Not his fault. Everybody got to take some blame over there, but
it still has to be based on performance, not on expectations only, right?
Yeah, but it'll be based on there's a lot of variables. So, like, for example, Aaron Rodgers, he's on a new team. He's got a lot of weapons now he ain't had before. So, like, those are the things I'm taking into consideration now. He's a 2-time MVP, but last year he didn't look like a 2-time MVP.
Right.
So, is he going to do it this year with the new pieces he got? I don't know.
All right, here we go. So of course, we got Pat. Any order? What's up?
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to match you. As you say it, I'm going to match yours. So, you said Pat, I agree with you on that.
All right.
We're on the same page right there.
And we got
Go right down the side. Put yours on the left and mine's on the right. So, Pat, we both agree.
Burrow, Joe.
So,
right?
So, is that who you got strictly number 2, or is he tied with somebody for 2?
No order.
For me?
No order.
For mine has an order.
I think he's top tier, though. So, go ahead. Do you think, though? What's up?
So, for me, I feel like Hurts and Burrow are right there.
So, you got Pat
together.
And then
Hurts or Burrow. So that's 2 and 3.
How is that order if you got them tied for second?
Because that's 2 and 3. Whoever loses, which I'm not gonna make that decision right now. Out of those 2, one of them will be 3, one of them will be 2. So
all right.
Who's your third?
Hurts.
Okay, so but you don't got them together. You still got Burrow slightly above Hurts, slightly or more.
Honestly, I feel like they're not even a second best quarterback. They're just like in that second tier. So,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, so you're doing it by tiers more than
a specific
rankings.
order for me, like not based off performance.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But expectation wise, I expect like Pat to do his thing and be the number 1 quarterback, and then I have those other guys who's gonna be Hurts, Burrow, Jackson, and Rodgers.
Okay. I think we are exactly the same.
Like you said, based on a little bit of expectation, but also performance, because Aaron and Jackson would maybe not be there.
Right, because last year you got injuries, and then you got Aaron Rodgers not completing the task that is expected of him.
It should be different this year for both of them. It should be different.
Agreed. You get a healthy Lamar Jackson, and then you get Aaron Rodgers, a happy Aaron Rodgers on the team that he wants to be on.
It should be scary.
That should be scary. Now, real quick, That
Unfortunately.
the only thing that I'm afraid of for Rodgers on that Jets team is his offensive line. Don't got to get into depth with them, but they don't look too good, bro.
Yeah, but they say that they got a lot of people hurt and that they know who's gonna be those guys. They're just like trying to challenge
Figure it
them
out.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
So if that's the case, I think they have a lot of first rounders and talent. So they might figure it out. If they figure it out, they can be scary. If they don't figure it out, they're gonna suck.
Yeah.
Because we all know if you cannot protect the quarterback, you cannot do anything. You're gonna be trash.
Do you give for Rodgers? Do you give him what's your expectation for him this year? Do you think he needs to make the playoffs to at least say he had a successful season? Does he need to make it win a game in the playoffs?
Definitely. No, you got to make the playoffs.
Minimum, make the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I don't expect for any like new team. And new team I mean like new to success and new with the different pieces though. I don't expect no new team to get deep into a playoff run because experience is so valuable. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't think if they don't make the playoffs, that's trash, bro. Because they did pretty decent last year.
They are in the AFC, bro, and their division is the Bills, the Dolphins, and New England's the only one that I put last. I'm not worried about, but the other two in that division, they're gonna give them a run for their money. You know what I mean?
I don't even know about that division.
We'll let Rodgers live though. So
yeah. So, but I have him top 5 though because he got a lot of MVPs.
Yeah.
He's still talented.
Super Bowl champion.
He's smart. He can do it all, and he got good talent around him. So if he gets decent play from the O line, he's gonna be just fine. He's gonna be just fine.
Cool.
So what's up with you? So you say you got the same people?
We literally have the same list, and that's funny because we didn't even look at each other's list before we said it. So since we have the same exact list, who's the one person you felt that's honorable mention right now that didn't make the list but could possibly sneak into that list as the year goes on? Who's that 6th guy right there? Because that might be where we differ.
Man, I really don't know. I feel like the other guys are like really like 2 tier below these guys. No disrespect. Lawrence, they're talking about he's the next god. They talking about Herbert, right?
Mm-hmm.
They saying he's the next Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Allen, for years. I feel like for 10 years they be talking about Allen, about he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't see it.
For somebody who's been praised so much and all they done was win. What was it? Was it 1 playoff game or 2 playoff games? That's it. They just got to the AFC championship and they haven't been back since.
Right. I think for a few years they were like there.
Yeah.
But they never win anything big.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just a one-man sport. But Allen, I mean, he might be on, like I said, Pat, these other ballers.
So you got Hurts, Burrow.
Bam, back down here, bro. Yeah. I don't trust anybody. Like matter of fact, they're a little bit better than Kirk and Dak. I said what I said.
Well, I think since Allen's been in the NFL, he's lead the league in turnovers since he's been in the NFL. That's fumbles and interceptions.
Interesting.
Yeah, so to me, that's the only thing where I'm like,
talent, throwing
he can
touchdowns.
Throw.
A lot of people can do that. Talent and throwing touchdowns.
Can you take care of the ball though?
With ballers?
Yeah.
With ballers around? Anyways. Yeah, so you're supposed to be really good. But then in the big games, where you at, bro? Losing. You're losing.
He Bengals, had horrible
same thing
moments,
with the Bengals. Yeah. Same thing with the Bengals. You know they were winning that Super Bowl, right?
They could have, but the Rams, man.
They were winning. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Right? Anyways. Yeah, so what else? Burrow, great talent. I think he can be on that first tier, but I haven't seen him. And then being able to do it doesn't mean you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So do you think
that's true?
Do you think they're gonna win this year?
No, I don't think they're gonna win this year because there's way too many. There's way too many. I wouldn't say that they couldn't get there. They might get there.
They can.
Can they win there? That's going to be the part where I got to see. I would like to see Burrow, Hurts, Super Bowl because they both been to a Super Bowl. Right. One of them has to win that game. So one of them will walk away 1-1. The other one's going to walk away 0-2. Right. And that'll break that tier that we got right now. So if Hurts and Burrow meet in the Super Bowl and whoever wins is going to go right on top of whoever that second person is. And then I feel they'll be in their own tier until the other person wins.
So you have Hurts and then Joe?
I got them tied.
Right. Yeah. So
I got him
and
tied.
then who you have? Jackson or Aaron Rodgers.
I think I gave it to the unanimous MVP, Jackson.
Listen. Louisville, right? You gotta watch them highlights though. Them Jackson highlights, Lamar in college, bro, different. It's like probably top 3. You remember Reggie Bush though, and Vince Young, was it? Like, you remember these guys? There's a lot more. Like, but yo, Jackson was nasty. Yeah. Anyways.
So I would say I got.
He's scary, bro. He's a scary guy.
I got
But the
Jackson
Ravens
there.
are gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
The Ravens are gonna mess up.
They always find a way.
The Ravens are gonna mess up Jackson's career. Come on, please. But I got love and respect for homeboy though. You're a baller.
Yeah.
You're a weapon.
So
You're a weapon.
talking about the Ravens, this is a great segue. So we're going from our top 5 QBs.
Wait, hold up. We are not gonna talk about the Ravens here. We talk about this. I'm just playing.
Well, they just happen to be on a piece of paper you showed me.
Right.
So, and we're just about to move on to that subject right now, and that happens to be the 2021 season recap. So, as you guys know, for the last first episode, we did 2020. This is our second episode. We're doing 2021, and then next week we will be doing 2022, which was last year's season. But right now, you want to go first on Steelers, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. So for the 2021 season recap, Hurts and the Eagles, they started that year at 2-5, bro. 2-5, and fans were not liking it. You know, but
Right.
you know Philly's going to be honest. You're playing good, they're going to tell you. You playing bad, they're going to tell you. You
Right.
feel me? There ain't no sugarcoat around here with the fans.
Also with Hurts, he people didn't believe in him.
No.
Like, and when I say people, not only in Philly, but like across the NFL, across the states,
Agreed.
The United States.
I was one of them. I'm not going to sit here and
Right,
pretend
right,
I've
right.
always been a Hurts fan, because that's BS.
Right.
Hurts had to prove to me that he was he was a future for the Eagles. You feel me? So I feel like with this season, he proved that he's
Right.
definitely a starter. He just needed some pieces. You feel me? So
That's how it's supposed to be, though.
Correct.
You're supposed to prove it.
Yeah.
Not like no Andrew Luck shit.
No.
That, you're gonna. You know what I'm saying? No.
that man could have had a career too, man.
Did
Don't want to
he?
get out. Yeah, I think he could have had a good career had he not retired and taken so many hits, bro. Like
That's another subject.
That's another
But what I'm
subject.
saying is, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't crown them
Yeah.
before they do stuff.
Yeah.
And Hurts, they actually try to crucify him.
They did.
Before. But he proved everybody.
they were last offseason, they were going to try to trade him for Russell Wilson before Russell Wilson went to the Broncos. Russell Wilson declined the trade to go to Philly because he has a no trade clause. So he was able to decline that trade to come to Philly. He would have got chewed up if he would have did what he did on the Broncos and Philly. That he would have got chewed up, bro. I'm telling you. But so anyway, this year, 2021, the Eagles went 9-8. They started off 2-5, so they
Right.
went 7-3 for their last 10 games, which I thought was a great push to
Right.
make the playoffs. This team should have never made the playoffs that year. So they go 7-3 after that horrible start, and they make the playoffs, which made me
strong finish.
Exactly.
That's what matters.
So that showed me that okay, Hurts got a little something to work with. You feel me? It's just a matter of can we get pieces around him. This was
Right.
Devontae Smith's rookie year too, which he balled out. So
Right.
what happened to us that year? We made the playoffs by luck, not luck. We had the effort. We made the playoffs by smidge, and then we see Tom Brady in the first game.
Right.
So and he's defending Super Bowl champion.
It'd be like that.
What can we do, right? I mean, but what I can say is a loss is a loss, but the two losses my quarterback has in the playoffs was to if not the two greatest quarterbacks of all time, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. That's
Right.
just my opinion.
Right.
So I'll take those losses, given that those are losses for him to build on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For Hurts to build on, because those are two great quarterbacks. One of them still playing, and Hurts gonna have to see him
Right.
a couple more times. So I think for me that season was a good season. We made the playoffs. Hurts got experience. We got Devontae Smith that year. We lost in the first round, but to me, I think that was a successful season given what happened the year after, which
Right.
we'll get into next episode. But give me your recap on the Steelers.
So basically, it was a positive ending. You can say like your perception about what the team record and how their trajectory was looking good after that. Because like I said, with the Steelers, you have every season that ends, it's like it's again.
Yeah,
So
it's average, but
so
it's a winning
so
season, but average.
2021, we were 9-7-1. So the first game on circle here, we played the Bills, and we're talking about how they've been crowning the Bills and Allen.
The last 5 years, ever since Allen been in the league, they've been giving it to him every time.
Bro, so
Balls.
this 2021 first game we played the Bills, and we won. So probably a lot of people thinking, wow, if the Steelers beat the Super Bowl champions Bills, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they're probably gonna be good. Come
Yeah.
on, man. Then we lost to the Raiders, Bengals, Packers. So and then like I was saying, the only win against a good team that we had the last, I'll say 5 years, to be honest with you, is against the Ravens, because the Ravens are a good, solid team every year. And even when they're not great, they're always solid and they always play hard.
Yeah.
So you got to respect that. So and that doesn't count because, division, rivalry, that's crazy. So anybody can win. Those games always
True.
are like 1, 2, 3 point
Yeah.
difference. So
Or you split, or you might get one, they might get one.
right. This year we beat them though twice, so that's why you had the Ravens, because I made a circle and a star,
Facts.
and I said, yeah, what's up? So, anyways, so we swept the Ravens, but other than that, we beat the Bills, which I don't consider a good or elite team, and other than that, we had our usual all pros. You know what I'm saying? People that is always solid. We drafted Harris, Najee Harris that year, so that was a positive thing.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know what's going to happen, this year with him, because I don't know if he's always hurt or something like that. But our O-line sucked for the last 25 years. I feel like.
Well,
so,
you guys just got one of our guards, so,
right. So
Samalu. So I think that should help out
we
your
have a lot
situation.
of new pieces though, but once again, they gotta come together. But we drafted him, and then TJ and Hayward, they're always doing their thing. So not a lot of positive things to look at that season. So other than that, you want to talk about what happened in the Super Bowl or what happened throughout the year? I know that year was
This was a year with the Niners and Mahomes, right?
This was
the Rams.
The Rams and the Bengals.
Right, that's right. This is the Rams and the Bengals.
So you remember that at the beginning of that year, Aaron Rodgers, he had all this drama, and him and Adams, they were talking about going to another team, and
They weren't
all
getting
that
along.
stuff. So Rodgers got a deal, right? It was 150. Wasn't it like 150 for 3 years? And then like 100 guarantee?
All I know is that they
was like 2
paid
years
him
ago?
so much that they were having a hard time putting players around him. You feel me?
But he's not even there no more.
No.
That's what I'm always talking about. Like, yo, how do you go from one thing to another so quick? So they give him 150, I think so. 150 for 3 years, 100 guarantee, and now he's playing with the Jets. That's like corruption. Anyways, that's a good deal. So, and then what about this guy? Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
You remember what happened to him? He was like,
He was balling. Is this a year that he went out, or this was
the year before?
is the year he went out?
Yeah. I think he was balling. I think was 2019, and then the legal stuff happened.
Yeah, because he's been out of the league for 2 years, 2 full years. Right.
So that year, listen, he was suspended. He was probably going to get suspended the whole season, and they still gave him $230, fully guaranteed.
Desperate. That's desperateness right there.
What
else do you call that?
No, that's a really good point. Yo, that's crazy though. That's disrespectful too. I'm just saying. Now, if he balls out and they win, you got to go with results. But
That didn't happen yet.
he was not even going to play. He didn't play. He hasn't played. I haven't seen him.
He played the last 4 games last year. I think last 6 games he looked horrible. Horrible, bro.
What I'm saying is like that's what they're doing. Yeah. So and then the other thing that happened that year was Murray. Remember the Cardinals had that drama with him, and he was not like studying or watching film and stuff like that. They made a contract, so he needed to like do more homework and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do remember that. I remember those reports.
Never seen anything like that.
I don't know how to. I don't like Kyler Murray. I don't like his attitude towards the game. I don't like his cockiness. I don't like how he thinks that he's all that when he hasn't proven shit to the league.
Good point.
Right? I think there's way better quarterbacks out there who should
100%.
feel way better than he does, and he hasn't even accomplished half of that. So, in my opinion, I think he has a tough pill to swallow, especially this year. He might be
gonna
gone.
suck, right?
If they it sucks so bad that they can get a number 1 draft pick to get another quarterback next year, he's gone. They're gonna get that guy Caleb Williams, I think, or something from USC. Right. Solid guy. That might be the replacement for Kyler Murray, if you ask me.
That's crazy, bro. Because I was gonna say they gonna be trash.
Yeah,
right?
Horrible.
Right?
We played them the game before last for us in our season. So
my point is, if this didn't come out, I would probably like him, or I would think that he's a better person or quarterback.
Yeah.
When I saw this, and then I start hearing stuff, I'm like, bro, you gotta do something before you act like you are somebody though out here, and you know what I'm saying. So I think that they fell off. They all fell off.
If he gets dropped from the Cardinals, right? Who you think gonna pick him up?
Bro, it's the Cardinals, bro. Like
I would say the Niners. You don't see the Niners rolling the dice on Kyler Murray if he becomes free?
Probably, but they gonna mess that up too.
Just like they did. You know what's crazy? Real quick, I just seen something that said all the picks that came after what's his face. So when who was it? The Niners took Trey Lance. They originally had the number 12 pick that year, right? They traded that pick.
They got the 5th
to go to number 3. They had 12 and they went from 12 to 3 to pick Trey Lance. You know who? A bunch of the players that were after that: Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith. Who else was on that list? I gotta go back and look it up now. There were so many players that I was like,
stars.
Micah Parsons was number 12. He was the 12th pick in that draft that year.
Hall of Famer.
That's up to you if you want to call him that or not.
No,
I'm a Cowboys fan.
I'm talking about
how they looked at him, or
he should. You know, you're like, yo,
good Cowboy. Yeah, you made me cringe when you said that because I hate Cowboys. So
yo, shit, we're moving on. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, this is what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame talent. Is that okay for
Michael
you?
Parsons? Yeah, I like that. That's Hall of Fame. He has Hall of Fame talent.
That's what I meant.
He is a playmaker. He is probably the best defensive player on that Cowboys team.
That's what I meant. But this is what I'm saying. If I draft that guy and then I see him play like that, for me, he better be a Hall of Famer. Yeah. That's what I meant. But yeah, he's probably gonna be traded to the Steelers or something like that.
You
you wish. Anyway. So yeah, Mary, bro, they fell off. Yeah. Anyways. And then these are the teams that they always get extra hype, but they never do anything. That season, the year before, next year, probably this year still. Bills, Titans, and Niners. For me, it's the same thing every year. So I know the Niners are stacked. They're stacked every year. They haven't won.
Yeah, they can't get.
They stack every year.
They
and
do
I know
something good. They beat the Cowboys twice already in the last 2 years. So I like that. I call that an accomplishment. If you tell me, if you ask me, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's a good thing for some people.
Oh man,
it doesn't mean that they're doing anything else for like what that matters. No, but you're right though. It's the Cowboys cannot beat the Niners though, and it's like no, this is the one. The Niners with Dak, can they win the Super Bowl? The answer should be yes.
I would say they have a better chance than they do now with whoever the hell they got playing quarterback right now.
Of course.
But if you're saying the San Francisco's playing
the Eagles,
it wouldn't be the Eagles because that'd be on the NFC. But it would be the Chiefs. It would be Chargers. Ravens,
you mean in the
Bengals,
Super Bowl, right?
In the Super Bowl.
Right.
So who would they see on the Super Bowl? That I need to know that before I say, because if it's a good defensive team, Dak Prescott is going to get washed.
4 interceptions. Listen,
facts.
So what about the Niners with Kirk? And they know they can't.
Why do I gotta think so hard? Why am I thinking so hard?
Because they're like that tier that you need that and you need help. You need God, you need prayers, you need luck, you need everything. And still, even with a stacked team. So basically, Dak and Kirk is like Garoppolo and I don't know, whoever they had.
Kaepernick.
Yo, shout out to Cap.
Facts. I would say I would definitely agree with the fact that Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins are in the same boat. And I would throw Josh Allen a smidge over those two. A smidge. Just over them two. Because of the turnover thing is what bothers me for him. All those turnovers he's had, and a lot of those turnovers cost them to get further in the playoffs. When he fumbled in his own end zone.
When he matters, bro. You cannot mess up.
You can't do that.
You cannot be the person responsible for turnovers like that. Yeah. Turnovers, penalties,
Yeah.
that kills you.
Well, that was our recap for the 2021 season. And as you guys know, we're going to be doing this for the next 3 episodes. So we did first episode 2020, second episode, which is this one, 2021. And then next week, we'll be doing 2022.
And here's the thing. Super Bowl was so whack, we didn't even talk about it. Because the Bengals, nobody cared about the Bengals. They didn't win that year, and they were up.
Yeah.
They were up, and they didn't win that year, and they're not going to win this year. And the Rams,
they're not doing shit.
What happened to the Rams? Fell off completely.
Yeah. Literally, the following year,
won.
Injuries, everything happened to them.
Odell got a ring, right? That's good. Aaron Donald, right?
Got a ring, yeah.
Got a ring.
Stafford.
So Stafford, like I said, they were winning, but then that pressure started coming, and like what we talk about with the Chiefs and the Bucks, if you cannot protect the quarterback, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So that was a kind of like a weird Super Bowl for me because it was like none of the teams that I love or hate.
Yeah.
So
well, that and I didn't feel like we had the best 2 teams. Playing in the Super Bowl. I didn't feel like that year.
But good for them. The Rams fell off. And Eli Apple got destroyed, but that we know that happens a lot. But so that's it with the 2021.
For this next segment, we're going to be speaking to a fan, which happens to be my boy Anthony, and he's also a coach. He's a player, very similar to Ed, so he has a lot of similar point of views. But I'm gonna have you guys watch this clip here where I interviewed my friend Anthony on the Eagles for a little bit. It was a fun conversation, so here you guys enjoy it as I put it up now. How did you become an Eagles fan? That's my first question.
You know, that's crazy. Coming from Florida, I always get that question, like, how are you an Eagles fan? Like, you're from Florida. Like, how could you be an Eagles fan? But in Florida, I mean, you got
3 teams down there, too.
Yeah, you got 3 teams. And the funny part is most of the people in Florida don't even like the 3 teams. That's a true statement. But my dad had a Part 1 team. It was called the Eagles. And so that's how I really started liking the Eagles, not knowing anything that the Eagles was in Philadelphia. I was probably like 4 or 5 when I started liking the Eagles, and that's all I knew was the Eagles. So when I played Madden, guess who I want to play with? The Eagles. So
makes sense.
Since then, I just been an Eagles fan, and then around 2005, 2006, that's when we went to the Super Bowl. So it was over then.
Yeah, I think it was 2005 or 2004, 2005 season. Yeah.
Yeah. So like my first jersey, I mean, it wasn't an official NFL jersey, but it was an Eagles jersey. It was an Eagles Part 1 jersey. So all I knew was Eagles. So when I see the team, I like the Eagles. So.
You know, it's crazy that my Ed's is similar story. He played Pop Warner, and the first team he played for was the Steelers. So that's crazy how like when kids are younger and whatever they see the most or get entangled with, like that's tends to like last, for a while. So like I can see that. That's why I make sure my son see all Eagles all over here. You know what I'm saying?
So he gonna know what it's like.
He know what it is. So as an Eagles fan, I mean, what would you say is your best experience as a fan?
As a fan? Oh, my best experience.
It could be going to a game. It could be going to a party. It could be watching a specific game. It could be, a moment in the NFL that happened, a play that you were like, it must be awesome to be an Eagles fan.
The moment was when we won the Super Bowl.
Of course. I think I would say the same.
That was the best moment. I mean, I was home, but just watching it, man, I went crazy.
Yeah. At that point, I think I've went to different levels of what kind of fan I am, right? Because everybody has different commitment levels. Like some people committed because they just from the area and it's the team that plays in the area. So like, oh, you know what? I like that team. They don't even know who plays on the team. They root for the team, watch the games just to watch them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then you got the people who kind of know the team. They know the stars of the team, and they kind of follow the football, but not really the whole league. Just a little bit on the Eagles. Then you got the people who really know the team, know all the players, and kind of knows all around what's going on in the football league. You know what I'm saying?
Fanatic.
Which is where I kind of felt like I was growing into last year, and then this year, like I'm getting into depth with like trying to look at contracts and draft projection trades from like a couple years ago and figuring out who are those players now that we could have whatever that second round pick that we gave away 3 years ago, whatever, like who was that player? Who did that turn out to be? And what are they doing now? Like that's the type of stuff I like to look at now as a football fan. Yeah, go way in depth to see the consequences of the trades that we've had, to see if we actually won it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff intrigues me. But I feel like I definitely have grown as a better fan as the time has gone on. Or not, I don't necessarily say better fan. That sounds messed up because, you know what I'm saying, it's all right to be whatever level you are as a fan because we all demand different types of things out of football for us to be a fan. So you might not need as much as I might need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with that being said, I think I agree with you saying the Super Bowl is your best fan experience as an Eagle.
Yeah,
with you on that. All right, so we're back. I hope you guys enjoyed that fan segment that we have for you guys. We're about to discuss now our Week 1 matchups. Just not going into depth, but we just want to have a quick overview on what's about to come in 2 weeks because before you know it, football is on. Like we got preseason now, but real football is about to be on. So,
and the same way that they are getting ready, we are getting ready. We're just getting started. The past is the past. You know, we're trying to do better things and get better and make sure that you guys are connected and that you guys are part of this. So trust me, everything's gonna be different. Everything's gonna be better, and we're just gonna talk more trash,
of course.
And you guys are gonna be able to talk your trash as well.
So talking about trash, I'll let you start.
About the Cowboys or the Ravens.
Steelers,
yo, chill.
Versus Niners, Week 1. What are your thoughts?
So, once again, I don't want to sound like a hater, but
that's fine. That's what we're here for. We haters.
The Niners, they've been stacked for years. All the way back from Cap. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Stacked teams. They got a coach that everybody thinks he's like
a guru.
You know what I'm saying? Like top tier. Coach of all time, I guess. They say that he's a genius, that he's the best offensive mindset that we ever seen. Bro, how come you don't win? So, and I know
they did make a Super Bowl, but they lost.
So you gotta win. You know what I'm saying? You gotta win.
Gotta win.
Like once again, just like the LeBron conversation. If you are the best of the best of the best, you cannot be losing that much.
Nah.
You then winning or being a champion or being the best, it's not like anybody can do that.
You're very, very good. You're just not the best. If you're not winning,
you can be even great.
Yeah.
Or you cannot be the best that season.
Yeah.
Or you cannot be the best of all times if you don't do the most winning.
Yeah.
That's just me. So they're always a solid team, but they don't. I'm not convinced that they're not gonna win. And the Steelers always surprise people, in a good way and in a bad way.
Yeah.
So when they're the underdogs, they might perform better than expected, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna beat them.
I'm gonna give you guys the edge on that game. I'm gonna pick Steelers. Obviously, I'm being super biased because this is the Steagles podcast. But for real though, I want to see the Steelers start off the season on a good note. I think that winning versus the 49ers is a great way to start off the season, if you ask me. So
right,
I think they have enough to do it. I'm gonna give them to win that game. It might be by 3 points or less, but I'll give them the win for game 1.
My brother-in-law is a Niners fan, so you know I gotta talk that trash.
We got to get him in here.
So yeah. He doesn't want it, but I'm gonna force him to come here. So
he can call. He ain't got. I mean, he might be camera shy. It's all good.
He can hear this shit in person.
All right. So
what about you?
With that being said, you know we got the Pats in town. You feel, or not in town? We're going up there. We're going up to Boston. You feel me? So I think it's gonna be a tough game because it's Tom Brady Day. So you know everybody's gonna be all energized, pumped up because it's Tom Brady Day. They also added Zeke Elliott, which I mean it's not a huge deal, but he's a solid running back. They got Juju Smith-Schuster, that bum that I want to that talks hella shit for no reason.
You're probably gonna do TikTok videos before the game.
And then they got Mike Gesicki from the Dolphins. That's a solid tight end for that team. So they have pieces. What I don't know if they have is an offensive-minded coach. They do got a better offensive coordinator because last year they had a defensive coordinator trying to be an offensive coordinator, which made no sense at all. But I still don't think this is the year for them. They're in a division that's packed. They're probably not going to make the playoffs this year like they did last year. And I would say might win by a score.
Right, yeah, I'll take the Eagles on that one. The Pats really... And it's been already a few years now that they don't have enough weapons, and you cannot compete. Like,
that's true.
Bro, the Dolphins. Who do they have?
They got Waddle,
crazy,
Hill.
Bro.
They got Tua,
crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy. Who do the Patriots have? It's been like that for the last 10 years, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like even the Bills, same thing. They got weapons. They always have weapons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Jets, they have weapons. The Pats, they don't even have a quarterback.
They don't.
I mean, my cousin, Kev, he might show up at some point. He was talking about, Wilson, second year slum, but third year he was saying some. I was like, come on, man, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Yeah,
you gotta get some talent, bro.
Yeah, they still need
you need
more.
some coaches though. Don't be having the special team coach.
Right,
You know,
that's what it make no
calling
sense.
plays, and then you have like, come on, man. There's so much talent, so many coaches. You cannot find freaking coaches.
Yeah, offensive-minded coach, man. Just get that ball out.
We'll see what happens because it's looking weird though.
Yeah.
It's looking weird out there. Hopefully they get their stuff together. But when you try too much, come on. I know he's a really good coach, great coach.
Belichick.
But yeah, he's a great coach. But
It's another.
but if you win, aren't you great? Because he's not a water boy, and he wasn't just like the special teams coach. He won a lot, and
Yeah,
of
he
course,
did. But he had Brady. So that's the conversation. That's another podcast conversation. Who do you think you think Belichick would have won all those rings without Brady? Do you think Brady would have won all those rings without
Nobody
Belichick?
can win by itself.
Well,
nobody.
I'm saying switch the teams.
Who's more
Obviously, he's a
responsible?
53-man roster. Brady's the only one that's proven that he can do it without Belichick. Belichick has not won without Brady.
Like it's this deep. I'll call it 50-50 right now. And I know that's weak, but I'll say 50-50 because the coach is not only responsible for 1, 2, 3, 5 things.
Yeah.
This guy is the head coach of the NFL team is like an architect too. You know what I'm saying? You have different people constructing the team. The coach is a big part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you basically got to overview everything. And there's some things that maybe you're not involved. You're still responsible for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and for a team to win, everything has to go. You know what I'm saying? Bro, personnel,
Everything.
practices, injuries, you know what I'm saying? Mindset.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Chemistry. That's coaching. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that he's the best coach because he won or because X's and O's or because of calls. You know what I'm saying? Like the best strategy and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like a winning culture, bro.
Yeah.
At that level, not any coach is gonna do that.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying he's the best. I didn't say he was the best.
No, you
I
didn't.
said he's great. But what he's doing now or last year, it was just looking weird.
Horrible.
And I don't like or appreciate this. These coaches, they were my coaches at some point. They went out there and failed, and now they're coming back here and it's like privilege. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? How about you get some new people?
Get some fresh blood.
You
in there.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just me though. That's just me. I don't have a problem, but what they did, it looked crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense.
I
And
agree. And I don't think
if it works, you know what I'm saying?
but it obviously didn't. So with that being said, I think that carries on to this season. I feel like they will have to make adjustment and changes and play. I don't want to say a different style of football, but they're gonna have to be more creative because, like I said, they're in a tough division. They're in a tough conference
nice
to
way to
even
put it, creative.
Yeah, you
I
got
like
to.
that.
You got to get creative
Nice
because
with it.
if not, what are you gonna do, right?
Pray,
So
Kevin.
obviously, we sound a little biased here, but we're picking the Steelers
No.
over the Niners, and
No.
we're picking the Eagles
we?
over the Pats.
Nice.
Well, you know,
Not me, bro.
until
I'm
somebody's,
being real.
if we're picking our own team, they're gonna call us biased. So I'll take it. My last name is Baez, so close enough.
Yo.
All right, so we are moving on here to. I just want to throw a quick fact out there
What up?
that we didn't get to actually talk about much about the Steagles, but the reason we are the Steagles and we can use it is because in that year, in 1943, the NFL never recognized the Eagles and Steelers team together as the Steagles. They always kept the name the Eagles. The fans were
Right.
the ones who
Called them.
named the
Right.
team the Steagles, so they never trademarked that or anything. So thank you guys for that. Appreciate that because that helped us out big time. But
Perfect.
and this is why we're doing it. We're doing it for you guys. So
Good for you.
that was just one quick fact I wanted to put out there, and I just want to give my 2 cents on our last preseason game that we just had. Way too many injuries. Yeah, it kind of hurt to see those guys go down one after the other, and then they were leaving us in the carts. Like they weren't even.
That's scary.
That was scary. I was like, shit, this is only preseason. What's going on? So that worried me a little bit, but luckily it wasn't any of our most important players. It was just the players that were trying to make the team. So I'm thankful for that. I mean, I still want them to recover and be healthy and come back and hopefully make a push to be on our team again. But I'm so relieved it wasn't one of our guys.
You're glad that it's not like somebody who you really, really need.
Yeah. And then obviously for me, like I was talking to Anthony before, Tanner McKee, our backup, our third string quarterback, I think won the backup spot because Marcus Mariota looks horrible, and this guy Tanner McKee was slinging that rock. When I tell you he was throwing that thing downfield, he was not scared.
Really,
he was throwing the ball downfield. So I think overall,
that's sad for Mariota though.
Yeah.
I watched him a lot in college, and I liked him though. He was talented, and he was like he looked like he was smart.
Yeah,
and he could run too. So I thought that he was gonna be decent.
Solid, yeah.
Nah, maybe not solid, but decent. But he fell off as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
We got to do a segment falling off or something like that.
Right. We're gonna nominate all of our players that fell off.
Yeah, we got a big ass list.
You got any notes from the game you watched?
So once again, this is preseason.
Yeah,
so we
take it lightly.
Right. We're not that concerned about. But these are the things that you don't want in a preseason game. You don't want to get blown out.
Yeah.
You feel me? If you're getting blown out preseason, that's
not a good look.
Yeah, that's gotta. And the Bills almost get blown out. They scored late. You know what I'm saying? Like late. So, but once again, it's preseason, so I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it.
Read too much into it, yeah. Because
but what you also want in a preseason game is you want to look good in all three aspects. So you feel me?
Yeah.
And I think we did that. So I'm gonna be positive when I have to be positive.
Nice.
Offense, defense, and special teams. They look decent. They look good. I'll say they look good. And they didn't get blown out. They almost blew out the Bills. And a few players that surprised me. I know Nick Herbert had a edge player. He had a really good game. And Warren had that big run. Pickens, they looking like they can.
Yeah, I like that connection there, man.
They have some chemistry, and that's key. That's a start.
Yeah,
that's a start. Hopefully, Johnson steps up his game, and we have these other guys. Continue developing, and I'm positive about a lot more positive than before preseason started. And once again, it's preseason, so I'm not hype or I'm not crazy. But if it doesn't look bad, I'm not gonna be negative. That's all I'm gonna say.
And we know he's gonna be negative when it calls for it. This guy, when I first met him, I almost fell out my chair. The shit he was saying about the Steelers. I was like, "Are you a Ravens fan or a Steelers fan?" Because the way he was talking about the Steelers had me confused. But he's just an honest person. You know what I'm saying? He sees it from all these different points of view. So you gotta respect it. And just like Philly fans, I might not be one of those harsh ones, but just like most of our Philly fans, we're gonna let you know when you ain't doing it right. You feel me? Right. Pause. But
that's how it's supposed to be, though. That's supposed to be. You gotta be real.
Facts.
You gotta keep it real.
All right, guys. So that's gonna wrap up our second episode here. But let me give you a quick run through what to expect on next week's episode. We're gonna be talking about the 2022 season recap. We're going to be going over our division leaders, who we think is going to win every division, and who we think is going to be the wild card for this playoff coming up. And then also we're going to talk about the last preseason game. And then we'll have a week off where we're going to be doing a lot of game planning. And then we're going to be relaunching again for the first week of the NFL that we're super hyped for, man. We cannot wait. Football's finally fucking here, man. Like, I'm so excited, bro. I'm so excited.
Remember, this is just preseason, guys. Yeah. The past is in the past. So when we come next week, it's going to be different. And the next week is going to be different. And it's only going to keep getting better and better. Remember, we got the Steagles Hall of Fame.
Yes,
that joint's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see who you guys think are the best players of all times for the Steelers and the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then we might do something different with other teams. But first, we got to rep our colors. We got to rep our teams.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what we do here.
Indeed. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, man. Once again, we appreciate you guys watching, listening on Spotify or on YouTube, wherever you're doing it. You're driving to work, you're on your break, whatever it is. We thank you so much, and we would like you to be a part of us. So feel free to reach out, comment, hit us in the DMs, email us. We'll be willing to work with all the fans out there. We just want to get y'all opinions, man. We're not here to judge anybody or anything. We just want you guys to come on and be a part of this podcast. This is what we're here for.
This is not art. This is the Steagles podcast. This is for the Steelers and Eagles fans and basically
all the NFL
NFL fans. So we can't wait to start the season so we can really get into this because this is just practice. He's talking about practice, not the game. Not the game. We're talking
playoffs.
about practice.
What's the other one? Remember the Colts coach? Playoffs. All right. So once again, man, appreciate you watching. I am DJ Baez. This is my co-host Ed, and this is the Steagles podcast where we talk about all Steelers, all Eagles, all NFL. And we'll catch you next week. Thank you.
Pass.